Is my hand still okay? My hand seems like it's okay. Alright, take us out!
Sans was getting soft. Frick. This bodes well. Sans was getting soft. Impressive for a skeleton. From proximity to someone as aggressively good-natured as the High Priestess.
Yeah, you said good-natured. It's good-hearted.
Frick! Sans was getting soft. Or a frick. He also figured that he had time to do things neatly, and god damn it, Maxie! Shut up! Maybe he'd get a music box or something in her honor.
Little much. Little much. Good attempt, but nice. No,
Okay.
The first one was good.
Maybe. That's what I do. Anyway.
Yes, this person has gifted me with memories, knowledge, and confidence that I lacked before. I'm now leaving them behind and betraying their trust forever. I guess I'll get a music box.
We all cope in different ways.
We do. Especially when we're emotionally constipated.
Yeah!
So thoughtful.
Emotionally constipated and giant and also skeletal. I actually want to genuinely try doing Frisk's voice because I have a thing that I want to record and I need to do the female voice, and damn if I don't sound like a female.
It's reflex. You're like, okay, I have to do a female voice now, and Mickey Mouse comes out instead. Yeah.
I had a friggin' dream that I was trying to do a Mickey Mouse voice. It has invaded my dreams now. He jerked around to see Frisk, standing half in his shadow, half in the moonlight, with her veil in her hand and absolute murder in her eye. Sans? It was a whisper, lost in the wind. Rang in his head as the satchel hit the floor. Frisk beckoned him closer with one finger. Unbelieving, he knelt, and she punched him so hard that he almost felt it. Sans nodded helplessly. How did I get here? She tossed the veil aside, letting it drift to the floor. Let me tell you a story. Does someone else want to do Frisk's audio?
You know you don't have to read all of this dialogue because we're replacing it with tallies, right?
Take over, Frisk.
Let me tell you a story, Sans. Once upon a time, yesterday morning, I had a long talk with Dr. Seraph. He said you probably didn't intend to stay here for the whole month, and I needed to be on my guard, just in case you decided to pull a stunt like this. I didn't want to believe him, but I followed his advice, and lo and behold, less than a week later, I caught my lying, backstabbing apprentice trying to break his word, because he was apparently too bored with me to waste time learning crucial information for the survival of his entire race. The f***ing end!
Boom.
Do you see this? She continued. Sans flinched at the terrible voice. Frisk threw the brooch to the floor, where it shattered. Clink! Ah, frick, I bumped my microphone. Ah, hell, I unplugged. Things are going to hell, people! Things are falling apart. I turned around to my other computer and unplugged things and knocked my microphone and everything. God, it's all falling to pieces. And she pressed the back of her hand to her lips, eyes unfocusing, like a cat.
Well, more like somebody who's suddenly really, really nauseous, but yes.
There it was. The friggin' Jeff Goldblum voice, like, well, there it is. You know? Frick. He said, opening the door, He said, opening the door, opening the door, poking the light on. The priestess walked, There are people with a leaf blower nearby, and the dogs take great exception to that. Hangers rattled. There was, The boss monster racked his brain for a witty yet conciliatory, The boss monster racked his brain for a witty yet conciliatory, God damn me! She said, colder than the autumn. Frick. Frisk swallowed.
Why didn't you tell me sooner how important this was to you? What do you mean, dream at him?
He tried to tell you, Frisk! He did! He did try to tell you! You didn't listen! You didn't listen. I could tell him all sorts of crap, like how strong the High Priestess is, and how delicious the food is I've been eating here.
Thought you were going to say how delicious she is. Continue.
Oh,
Oh God.
yeah.
Hashtag not
By
wrong.
the way, Pap, I discovered I have a thing for humans. Frick! Sans risked a glance in time to see her reach up to sweep her hair behind her ear, only to yelp in pain. Ah!
Oh,
Allie included.
What? That's not the noise you make when you hurt your
Yeah,
hand?
if I hit my knee, I just go.
You don't go.
Oh yeah, for sure. Didn't you know? No, I make
yeah.
manly grunt noises. I go. "Arr!"
Or if you're me, you just yell frick, because that's what I yell for everything. Frick! She made an incoherent noise and started toward the Sans.
It said incoherent noise.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, I
I'm
was
so
like,
confused. My hand hurts.
Please just replace all the dialogue with that.
All the dialogue could just be. The leaf blower. The leaf blower is getting louder. Leaf blower 2, Return of the Blower. God damn you, peoples! Damn you and your need to take care of shrubbery. Why are they doing this at the ungodly hour of 10 a.m.? They're getting closer. Loud, louder, yet louder, the leaf blower keeps approaching. Leave me alone! Her voice
Elmo will
was-
cut you.
Leave Elmo alone! Sans got up and held his hand. Frick! Sure enough, within seconds, his palm... Frick! I've always had a barrier guarding the bedroom. Dummy! From any external magic. It was... frick! It was the only thing keeping the evil Chara demon out. It was the only thing keeping you from reaching Frick! If that was the only thing keeping you from reaching Papyrus, you should have asked me to remove it.
But
As for the possibility of giving...
It sounded like a burp.
Yeah,
Burp.
but
Burps are funny.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I honestly, doing Frisk's voice like this is relaxing because I don't have to put any effort into it. Surprisingly,
see.
it's actually the most relaxing of any of the voices.
I was going to
As for the
say,
pu-
if it hurts you, then don't do it, especially if we're just like fucking around. But if it
No,
makes you
no,
happy,
this is actually extremely easy on my voice. Do you intend to tell the other monsters at any point that your race would be better off with me dead?
but how? What are you gonna?
One thing at a time, Sans. First we're going to bed.
We're what now? We don't do that until chapter 18.
One thing at a time, Sans. First, we're going to bed.
We're what now?
He couldn't even muster a semi-joke about... Is it semi-joke or semi-joke? How do you want that?
I usually say semi.
Okay.
Semi-truck.
We have enough of a connection that I should be able to find you once we're asleep. The key word being sleep, Sans. You have to relax. I'm not going to eat you, no matter how short-sighted and dishonorable you've been.
You're not gonna let that go, are you?
You have no idea. We haven't even talked about repairing the wall yet. Her voice warmed again. Her hideous voice warmed again. Frick. He turned onto his side so that he could... Frick. And turned off the witchlight. Something wonderful started creeping up on him. It was a bunch of spiders in the bed. Ugh. Frick. The lights were back on. In fact, it was full daylight. Or... Damn it. Frick. The boss monster said... God damn me. Papyrus was staring up at Frisk, his face somehow creased in puzzlement. Is it really you? I thought you to be... Chrisser. Yeah. Sans snorted. Hello. My name is Frisk. It's wonderful to meet you, Papyrus. Why does your voice sound so weird? I'm not judging you for your voice. Well, alrighty then. We basically sound the same. Dale's dynamic range is lacking. Your brother wanted to see you. Wow, Frisk's voice is slipping all over the place. I swear to God, dog. Dog, I swear to God. Frick. Papyrus straightened. What? God, wow, I lost track of where I was in the page mid-sentence. That's impressive. Frick. You won't hurt him. No, but I will punch him occasionally. If you will please excuse us. It will be secret. Of course, said... God, they sound the same. Papyrus, wait, damn it. Why would a delightful human be a high priestess? Don't they create barriers? It's complicated. Sorry, I keep making myself laugh. Frick! And just like that, he was back in bed, in the bedroom, staring at the... Frick! Sans scratched the top of his skull. Scritchy, scritchy? It stared at him with red, shining eyes, teeth bared in a horrible grin. Tell you what, let's read... If you're sticking around, let's read SongFAIL Chapter 3, because I need to record the narration for that, and it's probably good if I practice it one time before doing that.
Very well, the return.
No, it wasn't SongFAIL last time. That was a different one.
Oh, right. That was... Sorry, I thought Princess or Beauty and the Skelly was like a SongFAIL thing.
No, it's written by Icky, but it's its own thing.
Poor Frisk. She'd tried. Hell, she'd survived his murder attempts and taught him a few things, and he'd never forget her. Maybe he'd get a music box or something in her honor. Anyway, she was better off losing track of him and finding a smaller, tamer monster to work with. What was she even getting from him being here, besides a hell of a lot of trouble?
The question was supposed to be rhetorical, but as if in reply, he thought of Frisk standing at the work table with her arm up those ridiculously sized trousers, grinning and saying, hey, do you want to keep doing Frisk?
Very well, you bring this upon yourself. The pleasure of your company.
Or a giant pain in the ass, pun absolutely intended.
Chunky boy.
This, right here,
right here. This was why he needed to leave now. The skeleton took a few steps back, gauging the distance to... Went something in his mental ear. He jerked around to see Frisk standing half in his shadow, half in the moonlight, with her veil in her hand and absolute murder in her eye.
Sans?
It was a whisper, lost in the wind. Rang in his head as the satchel hit the floor. How did
I get here?
She tossed the veil aside, letting it drift to the floor.
Let me tell you a story, Sans. Once upon a time, yesterday morning, I had a long talk with Dr. Seraph. He said you probably didn't intend to stay for a whole month, and I needed to be on my guard, just in case you decided to pull a stunt like this. I didn't want to believe him, but I followed his advice, and lo and behold, less than a week later, I caught my lying, backstabbing apprentice trying to break his word because he was apparently too bored with me to waste time learning crucial information for the survival of his entire race. The end.
Droopy Dog had to pause for breath. The boss monster took great exception to that last accusation, and he doubted that was actually the end of the story, but he was afraid to interrupt.
Do you see this?
Droopy Dog continued.
He said I couldn't be here every hour of the day, and I needed to have this if you ever tried to break loose. He infused it with enough of your power to teleport myself one time.
Another deep breath.
Do you have any idea how angry I am that he was right and I was right to listen? And do you know how sick to my stomach I feel right now?
Oh god. Improv, did I tell you the comment that someone said saying, why is Frisk's voice low and mannish? They called it. It cracked me up.
They're not wrong.
It's better than I frequently get comments asking why I sound like a dude. I had a comment one time on my more recent video on Under Puppets where I actually showed up on video. Someone asked why I looked like a girl.
Ow.
Anyway. Yeah,